Today's still June 9th, 2023. Well, I know my apartment's bugged. And I think I've nailed a few things. Not only that, I call making fun of that FBI agent John for falling for this. Okay? That was, in Walmart 62 on June 7th, 2023. How the tapes before were just a stunt. What do you mean that agent actually fell for? That FBI agent actually fell for that stunt of the tapes before. It was just a stunt. What do you mean he fell for it? He actually fell for it. John fell for it. Ha 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 ha. Is that why he did little with the case? Because he fell for it? And that's how they got away with it? Is that exactly what's going on? And they're yelling. Well, how'd they know the agent's name? Good question. He got to deal with him, didn't he? What was he doing talking to him? I'm his informant. Huh? What was he doing talking to the enemy? God. See, November 6, 22, Trinity Gospel investigators. They were talking about the case, find the protected custody case, okay? No, da-da-da-da-da. And one guy said, well, the agent that called her back, it was verified by officers. There's like 2 or 3 officers up at the Apostolic Church of Barberton that they seen him. Telling her before she called him back, oh my Lord. They walk off, that it was actually him. So that's why he called me a liar. That's where Dave, my ex-husband, April 15, 16, 23, told our son Danny there was an agent up at that church asking the threats on our life, and he ain't even spoke to him. So why didn't that agent ask me the name of the church and call that minister and find out who was up there, because it was him. Those people from my ex-husband's church and Katie's family member yelling out that agent's name, that he was an FBI agent. How'd they know about him? Exactly, how? How'd they know his name? Because he got to deal with them, right? What was he doing talking to all of them? Right? See, where they were laughing, those tapes were only a stunt. He actually fell for him? You're kidding. Well, it's a bitch stunt. As if they could kick at my door, set up button cameras, and stalk me. And I no longer have a right to privacy and be safe and secure in my own home. As if they could legally get away with selling videos of me and Dave in bed and not go to jail. Tape me in the shower and Photoshop in a shower scene. Break in and where I'm waking up with bruises, throwing up, my heart's racing, and drug me up with date rape drugs, amnesia drugs, so I'm sleepwalking. And tell me to say something stupid, they could use that against me. And he didn't arrest him for any of that, and a lot more. There was no court order to watch me. Dave hired some guy named Pete on his own. So why didn't he arrest him for hiring a stalker and somebody to drug and beat and rape his wife? And sell videos of them in bed? Why didn't he write sex traffic videos of this poor victim? Why didn't he arrest him? On those tapes before, they actually have where I didn't hang up on Terry. And I thought I was getting his girlfriend. I got the church was taking up $25,000 to have me killed because Ron wanted me dead because I got well the year his kid died. Had nothing to do with the death. His father-in-law had ran a stop sign, but I just happened to get well later on that year. It was Keith Bishop, Strange, and Ron to hire 2 men to kill me. Dave had hired 2 men to kill me. One to slit my throat, stab me in the heart, and one to shoot me if I ran. I almost got shot in the head within the first 45 days. He wasn't lying. they would have that him and Jack had this plan since March because I wouldn't give up everything willingly. And Dave thought his girlfriend's family owned a place up there. Huh? So why wouldn't he arrest him for premeditated attempt at murder? I had 4 attempts before that. See, his rudeness and arrogance, and for that occult to know he was an FBI agent. How would they know? Oh, they'd have Dave and I arguing about that agent being at the church, too. Because we got into it when we got home. I ran from him. But we still got into it. You do realize that. Inside that house, they would have that. You know that, right? And he would have all those times they were breaking and drugging me and raping me and human trafficking me. Right. And because they taped in the bathroom, they taped my grandkids using the bathroom. So they obtained and dispensed kitty porn. The agent cut a deal with him, didn't he? Because how'd they know his name? Good question. See, he let the Detroit boys as kidnapper get away. There's another thing going on, too. I was up in Hartville working at my second job. I have to park in this back lot. There's a guy off in the woods. Henry, I see her today. I know you like her. I'll keep an eye on her. Henry Maffey's been stalking me for 4 years. The first month of the case, got a hold of me from Instagram. Thought I was beautiful. Well, then all of a sudden people start saying he's here. And towns, Bedford, Ravenna, anywhere I go, they have people watch me. I go up to Fairlawn, eat dinner with my brother. There'll be people on the thing talking about Henry. He's been having me stalked. He doesn't like me. If he would have liked me, he would have came up and introduced himself and got me out of here. See, that's where that agent, none of it's made sense. He cut a deal with him, didn't he? That occult, that's how they knew his name. They mocked him in Walmart. June 7th, 2023, 9 a.m. to noon, probably about 11 o'clock in the morning by the bathrooms. Screams out a full confession. My ex-husband's church and their family member. That it was just a stunt. How could he fall for just a stunt? As if they could do that. So, because what they're saying is we have a lawless society. That we no longer have a constitution, that you have a right to remain quiet, a right to an attorney, a right to a fair court trial, bail, and bond. You have no rights to privacy and no freedom of speech. You have nothing. Because they can break in your home and stalk you. They can tape you unaware. They can sell you naked on porn sites. They can Photoshop scenes and extort money. This crime is called sextortion. That they can break in and roofie you or stab you with an amnesia drug and beat and rape you, and you'll be sleepwalking for 4 to 6 hours with no memory, and they can abuse you, rape you, do whatever, and you'll do whatever you're said and told. Huh? And those things, like the one sheriff I talked to, those amnesia drugs are so bad, they could have drugged up those people to take down the towers, and they don't even know they killed themselves and everybody else. You're under somebody else's control, and you're sleepwalking. You know, I showed pictures of myself to this one guy. He said, you can see it in your eyes, you've been drugged up. He said, just look at how different you look. Yeah. Now, I want you to think about this. For them to know that agent's name, he had to be dealing with him. I was his informant. I was his informant. He was supposed to be in contact with me, not the enemy. He cut a deal with him. My one friend that worked at the prosecutor's office said they had a bad problem with Stark County, that people were taking backdoor deals. I said, what's that? He said, basically slipping in the back door, they cut deals to let people be victimized or killed until somebody fixes it. It keeps happening. He took a backdoor deal, didn't he, with that occult? Because how would you represent this to an agent? Oh, we've been surveillancing Karen on our own. You've been stalking her? No one can interfere in your life. They can't monitor you when you're on your own. That's stalking. How'd you do it? Oh, we kicked in our door. We set up button cameras. We've been taping them in the bedrooms, bathrooms, and that is a crime, a big crime. Oh, we sold her and Dave in bed on sex traffic videos. She did what? We taped her showering. We photoshopped a shower scene. We have sodium pentothal reports. Oh, date rape drug. Pete's been going over there beating on her under drugs, and she only wakes up with the bruises, throwing up, doesn't know what's wrong with her. And then she got a personal infection. Pete's been raping her, too. Yeah. Yeah, and he would think that's okay. That this occult can just think of him breaking anybody's home and stalk him and rape him and drug him. That's why the cult was laughing at the FBI. The cult was laughing at the FBI. And that FBI agent John, taping audio in Walmart, that he fell for it. What do you mean he actually fell for those tapes before? Those were just a stunt. It was a bitch stunt. As if they could get away with it. As if he'd fall for it. He actually fell for it? That's how they were laughing at him. So he did little with the case. And that's how they got away with this, and it was them hurting it. It wasn't just them. They were in it with the drug cartel that's human trafficking people. It's where they got all the drugs. Oh, and you'll love this one. This pathetic young blonde girl walked by me. She's a wannabe. She's like, I see her today. Don't say anything. It's not funny. They did all this for me to get everything. Honey, it's not just you. Sweetie, he had so many women it wasn't funny. He was going to marry Kathy. Did you know that? Did you know about Michelle? Did you know about the stripper? Did you know about Lauren? Did you know about Savannah? I've actually heard of other people talk about other women that he was dating too. And family members talking about it. And I'll tell you what, the day we got into a big fight that he said he'd rather have Katie Brothers than me, I'll tell you what, he had already made a snide comment about wanting to bang the girl that was loading our mulch. And yeah, we already got an argument about that. He thought he's living out some kind of wild fantasy life in his 60s that he thinks he has to do every woman in the world. And he manipulates women. He did manipulate 17 girls in high school. Said he gave up that life for God. Well, he's not giving it up. And he thinks he's out there doing everything he wants. And nothing was ever for you. He lied to you along with all the other women. And I'll tell you what, those from Katie to the other ones, they actually have really good jobs. Or they have a lot of money. And he used them for the money and the influences they had. And you were stupid falling for a stunt. Like they said, it was just a stunt. As if we don't have any laws. They act like we live in a lawless society. We actually don't. I'm going to upload this.